Hello and welcome to SwiftTeach.com. You have logged in for the first time. This is your 2-week trial. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the site. Now, above me, you have the subject selection box. Now, the subject selection, essentially, you can select one subject at a time and you would select the subject or the curriculum that you're teaching in the classroom. Once you've set your subject, then you can have a play around with the menu to my right, to your left, where you have the lesson planner, which you can create content such as PowerPoints, lesson plan handouts, keyword documents, exam questions with teacher feedback, and a selection of YouTube videos that you can utilize in your classroom. Below that, on the left hand side, or my right hand side, your left hand side, you have the tools button and the subjects button. Now, within the tools button and the subjects button, there's loads of AI companion tools that essentially link into your curriculum. For example, if you want to create a worksheet aligned to a specific spec of your course, you can do that. If you wanted to create a 20-minute or a 30-minute homework that aligns to a spec in your course, you can do that as well. So have a little explore. There is more information in the training tab. So further down on the menu on the left hand side, you've got the training button. Within the training button, you've got the CPD tab, and in the CPD tab you have two courses. You've got the bronze course and you've got the silver course, which give you a real deep understanding of how the site works and what you can actually do with the site. But first, what we are going to do is we're going to have a go at the worksheet generator. So before I click on the worksheet generator, I'm going to quickly configure the subject above my head, and then I'll navigate over to the worksheet and we'll have a go at creating a piece of content. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is configure the subject so all our companion tools can align to the subject that we're teaching in the classroom. One thing you will notice is within the trial plan, you're only able to select one course at a time. So once you configure a course, I will show you how to deselect it to select a second one. So in this case, we're going to configure the subject. We'll get a pop-up menu, and within this, we've got many different options available at the moment. We have the American, the Australian, and the Indian curriculums coming on soon. They will be added in the very near future. So in this case, I'm an international teacher, so I'm going to go to the international curriculum, and the course that I'm teaching is, let's say, either IB, Pearson, or Cambridge. So let's say I'm going to teach the new BTEC Level 3 eSports. So I can go to Pearson Edexcel, go to the BTEC International Level 3, and select the eSports subject there. So once I press save, you will see the eSports selection there, and now all my tools will have the eSports specification to sort of drill into and utilize when creating the AI content. But in this case, what we are going to do is we're actually going to do the AQA GCSE curriculum. So I need to change this. So to do that, I click on the cross there. So I remove the subject, click on the configure my own subject again, and this time I'm going to go to the United Kingdom curriculum, where I have all these examples. So we've got AQA, EDUCAS, OCR, Pearson, but in this case we're going to choose the AQA, go to GCSE, and then we select the business course. So this is the course that I want to do my demonstration on. So click on save. Now that's saved, and all the tools that I utilize now from now on will have the business spec to draw from. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use the worksheet generator. Now there's two ways I can get to the worksheet. I can either click on tools and go to teaching tools, and it's there on the home page. Or if I go back onto the start and I type in worksheet, and it will bring me all the tools that have the worksheet generator built in. So there's various different types of worksheet generators. So you've got the Prim worksheet, which is for computer science. You've got the maths worksheet generator, but you've got the standard worksheet generator here. So if I click on that, that will take me to that tool as well. What you will also notice when I was in the teaching tools and I had the worksheet generator in front of me, there is a little star on the top right hand side. If I select the star, what that will do is this will create a favorite of my worksheet generator. So if it's a tool that I'm constantly using, I don't have to navigate into the menu to reuse it. It will pop up automatically on my home page at the top. So in this case, I'm going to select it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a worksheet that's aligned to the course. Now to do that, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to select the age of my students. So I've got a set of 15-year-olds, and this next stage page is really important. Now we can either utilize the business AQA GCSE by selecting the curriculum link on, or we can type in our own learning intention. If we type in our own learning intention, it will create a worksheet based around that. But in this case, we're going to use business as an example. So I'll select it. We choose business in our drop down menu. Now what you'll notice, if you have the paid version of the site, you can have as many curriculums selected as you want. So if you have the paid site, you can have 3 or 4 different courses available. So I will select business, and within this business there is a unit, and we are going to select, let's say, business in the real world, and then you will see the unit appear at the top, and then we can drill down into the topic. So in this case, we're going to have a look at business ownership, and within that you can see that it's appeared at the top. Within that, we're going to have a look at sole traders and partnerships, etc. Now what it's done, it's taken the spec from the AQA business curriculum and it's put it in as a learning intention with some additional content that the AI needs to be aware of when building the worksheet. Now all I need to do is press generate. And what that has done, it has created a worksheet for me which I can download, and this worksheet goes into quite a lot of detail in terms of the spec points. So it's aligning the content to the spec. So if I scroll down, it gives me the tasks and the worksheet along with a final task at the end, and it also gives me an answer key there as well. What I can do at the top, there is a sub menu here where we can download, we can even edit the worksheet, we can copy the worksheet, and we can save it at a later date within the history and the save button. More of how this site works is in the training. So within the training modules of the CPD courses there, you have both bronze and you have silver, which gives you a real deep understanding of how the site works. So that about wraps up the video on how to utilize SwiftTeach, or how to get started with SwiftTeach. So just remember, configure your subject first before you start using the tools and the subject lesson planner on my right hand side or your left hand side, and just try and use the training tab and have a go at the bronze and the silver courses to gain a real deep understanding of the site. Right, so good luck with your journey, with your SwiftTeach journey. Enjoy, have fun, and if you have any suggestions, please do email me. The email address is at the bottom left hand side of the screen for you. So if you scroll down, it's there at the bottom, and just reach out. You can also give me feedback. So the feedback button is just above at the top. It's a little purple button at the top which opens up a Google form which you can fill out and give me feedback. So have fun with the site. See you later.